What's up, guys? Welcome back to our series on Before They're Famous, Startup Pivots to Fame. Now, in this episode, we're going to be going through two T's, Twitter and Turntable FM. Now, if you want to hear the stories about how these companies started and then pivoted, stick with me right now.
Ask Alex. Ask Alex. Because you don't know what you don't know. And if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with Twitter. Twitter came out of a failed podcasting business called Audio. Read Hatching Twitter. It's a great book. Or get an audiobook, that's what I did. The origination story changes depending on who feels like telling it. Audio started in 2005 as Audio, a podcasting company founded by Evan Williams, based on tech made by Noah Glass. When Apple iTunes moved on to podcasting, Audio found itself going nowhere fast, and so it needed a pivot. Ev called everyone in and asked for ideas. A dorky Jack Dorsey had an idea for sharing status updates and developed the concept with Noah before presenting it. Noah, flicking through a dictionary, came upon a tweet. He spent a lot of time looking. And they went with the name Twitter, Twitter. Ev didn't really get it and put Noah in charge of it. Almost a year after Ev asked his employees for ideas, he told investors about Audio's Twitter project, hoping to save investors a loss. Ev offered to buy back Audio's stock. Audio's investors accepted the deal. Ev then changed the name to Obvious Corp and fired Noah Glass. When Twitter first launched, not everyone knew what to make out of it. Michael Arrington, then of TechCrunch, wrote, "If this was a startup, a 1 or 2 person shop, I'd give it a thumbs up for innovation and good execution on a simple but viral idea. But the fact this is coming from Audio makes me wonder, what is the company doing to make their core offering compelling? How do their shareholders feel about side projects like Twitter when their primary business line is, besides the excellent design, a total snoozer? Basically, an invention has many fathers. The story is a total shit show. They saw the writing on the wall and ran with whatever idea someone just came up with. It just turned out to work. Go figure. As I said, check out that book, Hatching Twitter. I highly recommend it. It's a great read. And also show you the importance of killing people when you fire them and not letting them go around messing you up, which is basically what Jack did. Anyway. So the next one we're going to go up with is probably a little bit of a lesser known company called Turntable FM, which was a mobile barcode scanning startup called Sticky Bits originally. So Turntable was originally called Sticky Bits. It's a QR code company founded by a guy called Billy Chasson and Seth Goldstein. Brands could stick QR codes on their products and users could scan them for rewards. Sticky Bits was an app that let users scan the barcodes of physical objects and then attach digital messages to them. It was a novel idea at the time, and then one that also received a 7-figure funding deal and a good amount of attention in the media. But according to Chasson, the technology just wasn't there to support it. The core issue was the audience. Chesson thought the brands they were selling to would bring the audience, but the brand said, we have our audience. We want a new audience. Sticky Bits didn't have the audience, so it was chicken and egg time. By January 2011, it became clear Sticky Bits wouldn't work. Chesson reviewed the health of Sticky Bits and recognized it was marred in mediocrity. He said he didn't have the passion to continue with the project, and it seemed his team wasn't much more enthusiastic either. Chesson said, we were all building the app and none of us used the app. There were 2 choices to make. Either there was just, let's shut it down, the company, and say Sticky Bits isn't working, we go all off on our merry ways, or we drastically change the company. It's easy to spot a failure, and success is equally obvious. The hard part is making a decision about a muddling venture, right? Which is kind of just going sideways. But you have to be unsentimental about it. Chasson said, it's your baby, and you still believe in the idea, and others do too. The first thing I had to do is to get everyone to agree that we're not where we want to be. The founders turned to investors and presented a few other ideas, just in case Sticky Bits failed. An investor said, Billy is a great product guy. He came to us and said he had a few other ideas he'd always wanted to try. We gave Sticky Bits a deadline and asked them to flesh out another idea in the meantime. One of the ideas was called Turntable FM. All but one investor went with the new idea. That investor said, I just don't do music. The investor was eventually bought out by the startup. Cheston said he worked to make the investors aware of the fact that Sticky Bits was missing its goals, but while he got all his investors aligned, he said he didn't do a good job enough with his team. He basically just laid the new direction on them without much preparation. An investor said it wasn't as collaborative as it should have been. Some people were taken off guard. They asked, what is this random product you're talking about? It should be obvious, but entrepreneurs need to follow their instincts and passion. Cheston said he had actually 2 ideas as alternatives to Sticky Bits, but he made the choice to go with Turntable FM because he was excited about music. Though he didn't say it, it seems like his credentials along with his passions are what helped keep the investors on board. Howard Morgan, a first-round capital who invested in Turntable, said it took guts to change course, but he saw that this is what Cheston was excited about, not Sticky Bits. With $400K in his original Sticky Bits funding still in the bank, Cheston made the decision in December to take a hard turn and abandon Sticky Bits for his favorite idea at the time, which turned out to be Turntable FM. What was it? Well, it was a shared interactive music listening service. And Cheston readily admits aspects of the transition were terrifying. He said, I thought Turntable was an amazing idea and I thought it could get the traction that it has gotten, but you don't know that at the time. It's not built. It's just a concept in your head, and the worst thing that can happen is you say, trust me again, and you build that up, and then nobody likes it. Within weeks, Turntable FM went viral. Before long, celebrities like Sir Mix-a-Lot were using it too. The board pulled the plug on Sticky Bits and went full steam ahead with Turntable, encouraging the founders to raise a bigger round of financing. An investor said the board and I trusted the founders, but we also got lucky, to be honest. So whilst they were a huge hit for a while, in November 2013, Turntable announced they'd be shutting down Turntable to focus on their live events platform. Now, I have no idea what they're going to do now, if anything, but let's see. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was interesting. I know the Turntable one wasn't like a monster success, but I think it's still interesting to understand like the hard thing about hard things and like the real challenges that you're going to be faced with when you're building these companies and not knowing like what's going to work in the sense of what do I do, but I need to do something. That's kind of more why I shared that story. Now, if you like this series, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share, like, and all that cool stuff with your friends. I don't know, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.